Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me, you can see me. Let me know. I had to hardwire myself to a router because if I do it on my Wi-Fi, then it will be buffering central. So if I hardwire myself to the router, you know, it seems to be generally quite okay. So let me know if you can see me and hear me. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Look at you. I don't know how many of you are watching. I'm not getting any stats yet, but I will. I can see tons of you in the chat. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Lovely. Welcome to this session. Now, just a few housekeeping things before we start, as always. If you need any foam, craftworks.co.uk. The dyes are on their way. More dyes are on the way. Yeah, that's that. I have switched off the autofocus on my camera, which means that I will only be in focus if I'm on this level. If I need to show you something, hold on, she said, if I need to show you something close, then I'm just going to put the autofocus on. The reason why I switched it off is because it just goes into kind of in and out of, you know, the lens adjusts itself and the image kind of, you know, zooms in and out really quickly. For me, it's annoying, and I'm sure it's annoying for you. So, what you're going to need today, what we are going to need today to create your flowers. Now, I am not a master flower maker. I've only just started really a few months, weeks ago. I will show you a few ideas that you can utilize, and then, you know, from then on, I'm sure we will be learning more together. And as I discover more, I'll be showing you more. Oh, lovely! I've got 35 on my stats on here in a studio creator, whatever thingy, YouTube thingy. Okay. What else? Did I want to say? I think there was something else I wanted to say. I don't remember now. That's fine. So we're going to be making our lovely flowers. I did have something to say. It just completely escaped me, you see. It's just like brain is like a sieve. Okay, so what you're going to need, you're going to need some dyes, although we are going to try to do some with just, cutting things with your scissors. You are obviously going to need your foam. You're going to need some blender tools. I've got lots of blender tools I've cut out. I've cut apart. You are going to need inks. The inks I am going to be using. Oh, thanks, Jelly. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The inks I'm going to be using are going to be mainly Hampton Art. The reason why is I like distress ink to use on. I've got orange, like a pinky top. That's why it's going to be showing. So I found that these inks are just they're just color better. Personal preference. Distress inks are fine. Any inks will be fine. I think dye inks, they're probably best. So that's that. You are going to need your die cutting machine. So if you hear the sound, that means the machine is going through, because I've got the electric one that I recently obtained right before Christmas. You're going to need your stamens, and you're going to need some kind of pokey tool, and you're going to need tweezers. Now, I do have special tweezers for this, and they will be on the website as soon as I find them, because I have ordered them and they are here. But the thing is just busy, crazy, insane. So let's get started. I'm not sure how long it's going to take us. Probably an hour, maybe. We will see. We're just going to play. Foamiran flower making basics. Okay, so to start with, I think I'm going to start with this foam. This is, I think it's called Purple on the website. And we will be making some smaller flowers, we'll be making some larger flowers, etc. The colour is a bit off because, as I said, I've got this pink top. Okay, so once again, welcome everyone. I'm really excited to be here, really excited that all of you are here. And Hampton Arts, Hampton Arts is the manufacture of those inks. Okay, I am putting my foam that I cut to size. You know, they come in those massive sheets. They come in different sizes as well, but what we have on the website at the moment are the big sheets. We will have some smaller ones. Some we will have 30 centimeters by 35, so like, you know, around 12 by 12. Obviously be bigger than 12 by 12. The dies we had, they are sold out, I'm afraid, but there is more coming, so they will be there in the next few days, hopefully, or a week. So I'm just going to pop these on like that and just make my sandwich. Sounds like food. And just pop that through my machine. I'm just going to run this through the machine twice just to make sure. I mean, the foam cuts really well, and maybe I shouldn't have done it because I've got this little where they moved, but you know, it doesn't matter much. Oh, here we go. I can just take the flakes off. So you cut it. I've got some cut already, but you know, I wanted to make it as real life demo rather than just showing you, oh, this is already cut, and you know, this is all done, and you just this bish bash bosh and it's all done. You know, live sessions are about doing it live. So good. I've got quite a lot of foam left here, so I'm going to use this on some other stuff. Okay. So here are my cutouts. As I said, the die has moved a little bit, so I'm just going to get all those flyaways. I could probably have gone away with just, you know, going through the machine once. I just wanted to make sure that the pressure is even all around. And so this will be just straight out flower, sorry. I'm not going to colour it. It's going to be purple, and then we're just going to add all the things that we need to add to make a flower. So I now have, so that's done. I now have a iron, craft iron. This is my craft iron. I'm just going to switch it off. If you have the same one, the sticks to one, as I said, it's going to be a little bit blurry. Let me just put the autofocus for this bit on for a second. And if it doesn't annoy you, then it may stay, but we're just going to be doing this slightly annoying zooming in, but let me know if you don't mind it. So yeah, I've got my iron. I'm going to put the setting on wall. So the setting is on wall. And then I'm just going to leave this to heat up for a second. I didn't want to keep it on, so it's kind of off. It was off for a second. So just going to wait for a second for this to heat up. You can use a normal iron as well if you want to. I do work on the glass surface and also on the non-stick sheet, so that's what I would recommend. And then oh, I'm just reading your comments. Lovely. My domestic iron is huge. Yeah, this one was actually really affordable, and I got it directly from a Sticks to website, so I would highly recommend. I mean, I'm not sure if you know, but I work with Sticks to quite closely because they provide us with all the cello bags and all the what was I saying, cello bags and all the like glue dots and stuff that we use for packing of our products. So yeah, this is getting really hot now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that flower down. Okay, and you can see it curled a little bit, so I'm now going to quickly fold this into that, and then that final petal like that. Can you see that? And I'm just going to roll this and really, really, really squeeze it and abuse it. I will show you that with the other petals in a second, so if you didn't catch it, it will be repeated 4 times. 3 times more. So I'm just going to do that whilst it's still warm. Whilst it's still warm, I'm just going to do that, and then do you know what, I'm just going to leave that like that. Okay, right, number 2. So I'm just going to grab my, oh, you see, I don't like using hot things, especially on camera, because I always burn myself. Just going to heat it up a little bit. That will fold it, 1 petal, another petal, fold it in half, then the remaining petal just goes behind, and then roll it, squeeze it, do that. I've got the autofocus on. It's probably a good idea because I'm moving my hands quite a lot. Hope you can still see me all right. Okay, just checking. All right, so I'm just going to keep rolling, That probably will need to be rolled a little bit more. Next one, I've got this one. Right, I'm just going to use my, just a moment until you see it's kind of puffed up. So once again, I will do that slower. You've got your flower, just get one petal next to the other, this petal next to the other, fold it in half, and then the petal that you've got left, just fold it gently to the back, wherever it kind of naturally folds. Okay? Right. Do that again. Squeeze, turn, squeeze, turn. Gosh, it's getting warm in this house. Is maybe the iron? Switch it off. Bear with me. Just switching off the heating because I'm just going to burn here. Okay? So, doing that. Squinching. Alright, now the last one, I'm just going to grab this and I hope you could see this. Again, fold that in half, fold that in half, fold that in half. Come on, zoom in. Don't be mean. And then the petal goes here. Okay, and now this is going to be a little bit of a challenge because that's absolutely tiny. Now you can do this without the iron, but you may just not get as kind of nice crease, if that makes sense. Okay. I'm going to switch my iron off just for now. Just for now. It's me singing for you again. Okay, so you have those 4 petals here. Okay. Hope you can see them fine. So what I'm going to do now with those is I'm going to gently unravel each of those petals whilst they had the time to, you know, stay a little bit in their shape and form. And I'm just going to gently stretch around. So you can see you've got this thing. You could potentially, if you wanted it to be that curly, you know, you could leave it this way and make a really could heat gun work? Yes, it could. So you could make it really just, you know, like a really curly one, and I think that's a different look, and maybe we will do that at some point, but for now I'm just going to go for slightly more stretched look. So I'm just going to take each petal and very gently I'm just going to stretch the bottom part of it. I don't want to get rid of the wavy bit, so I'm just going to keep that here, but then just stretch it up to a point. Okay, and I will do that with all the petals, and I will stretch some of the layers more than I will stretch the others, just to give it a little bit more dimension. So I'm just keep stretching. Okay, so that's my petal number 1, and you can kind of, you know, coax it into place how you want it to be. That's my layer number 1. I'm just thinking, I'm just going to try if I can zoom in. Yeah, I think that will be a little bit better zoomed in for you. Okay, so that was layer number 1. I'm just going to, do you know what? I'm going to sit down. Should I sit down? I'm just going to, I'm just going to get a bit relaxed here, because I just don't want to stress about stuff. Oh, where is the keyboard? Here. Keyboard goes here. Oh, I'm sitting down. It's not a squeaky chair, it's a different chair. If you remember, in the early days of my broadcast, we had squeaky chair. So I'm just going to make myself, comfy. Okay. Haha, I'm sitting down. Okay, so layer number 2. I'm just going to unravel this. And alright, I wonder if the stretching could be done with the bowl embossing tool. Yes, it could, Nikki. Absolutely. If you had a little bit of spongy surface and then like a large bowl embossing tool. In fact, we're going to have them in the shop soon as well, so you could do that. that's a very good idea, and that's something that definitely is another technique, and you could definitely do this. Quite a lot of people who do Foamiran flowers do that actually, just to give the flowers, the petals, a bit of a rounder look. Yep, definitely. I think I've got some in my other room, so I might bring it at some point. Okay. I miss squeaky chair. Can you use any flower dyes? Yes, you can, Lynn. That's not a problem. Of course you can. You can use any flower dyes. You can use, apparently, I've seen videos where you can use flower punches as well, which is great. So I just keep stretching with those tiny petals. I don't want to lose the texture we got, so I'm just going to be quite gentle when I stretch them. So this is what you end up with. Okay. Pretty! It's pretty already. Now I'm going to take some stamens, and I'm going to use, so the stamens I'm going to use are going to be this cream colour, which are quite pretty, and I will probably take quite a few. And what I tend to do with those is, you can obviously make them really nice and uniform, but you can also just misalign them a little bit. Do you know what? I may just go to town with those and just use quite a few. Now, I just wanted to do a little disclaimer. You know my adventures with the hot glue gun and how many times I've burned myself. So I'm going to be using actually glue dots because I just don't want an injury. Yes, I don't want an injury. And yeah, so I've got these. I'm just looking at, can you see me okay? I'm just looking at this image. Does it look half decent? Just hold on 1 second for me. Output settings. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Hold on. Okay, that's fine. I hope you can still see me and can hear me. Do let me know. Just checking if you can or can't. Okay, just needed to check something. Sorry. Well, here we go. So we're here with our stamens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to misalign them a little bit. So some of them will be shorter and some of them will be longer. And I'm going to do that on all ends, just like that. Okay. And then I will fold them in half. And that's always the point when I realize I haven't put my petals together yet, so that's not the time. Okay, so now I'm going to put the whole flower together. Hi Karen, hello. Okay, all right, so I'm just going to put the flowers together, but I'm going to make sure that my petals are covering the gaps from a previous layer, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to, you know, offset, or however you call it. You know, I'm missing words at the moment. So I'm just going to make sure that they're just a little bit like that more than anything. And then this one will go in here. And then this one will go in here. Okay, so that's going to be my flower. Now I will take my stamens and I will just thread them through this hole. And you see how different lengths look like? I really love that effect. Personally, I really, really like it. At the back, now different people do different things, but what I tend to do is just I take a little bit of foam, because I know I'm going to be sticking my flowers down. So I'm not that precious about how it actually looks at the back. I'm going to take a little bit of foam. Actually, I need a bigger piece. And then I'm going to take a glue dot. I'm sure this is completely different to everything you have ever seen on the flower making technique and situation. But I'm going to take 2 of those out, just poke myself with a pokey tool. You see, I'm a disaster with the sharp and hot tools. Just going to put them there and put my little foam bit at the back, just to keep those stamens in place. And here's my very first flower that I wanted to show you. If I want to move the little layers around, I can adjust them a little bit. This is my flower. Do you like it? That's a cute little Foamiran flower. That's very, very basic. We are going to be doing something like that, which is slightly more, not complicated as such, but we're going to be doing some with the colouring, etc. Now you could do things to the petals, and you could colour them with glitter and paints, etc. But yeah, that's just number one basic flower, and it doesn't even have any center. This is just some stamens and foam. So that's flower number one. Now number two, I'm going to take some of the ivory. This is actually a crew color Foamiran, and I'm going to do some coloring. Yes, let's do some coloring. And I think I might just use a different dyes, I think. So I'm going to use these. I got these from Amazon. I don't remember what they were called. I'm really sorry. But yeah, as I said, I got these from Amazon. And I'm just going to pop my flower. I'm going to fold it into half. And I'm just going to pop them down. Just cut out. Oh, do you know what? Maybe even more than half. Maybe I can even fit like 3. And I probably can actually. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then take my other sandwich. Good morning, whoever just joined us. Good morning. I'm just going to push that through my machine. So there's going to be this funny sound again. And we're going to do some colouring. Oh. I think that may potentially have to go twice. Just going to go through the machine twice just to make sure it's all properly cut. Just for now, just for now. Here we go. So I've got 1, 2, and 3. You see that one didn't cut very well, so let me just pop that through again. Yeah, that should work. It's just whenever there is an end of a flower, sometimes just doesn't cut very well. It's fine. We're just gonna go through the machine and back, making loud noises. Ooh, I quite like this machine. Okay. That cut out a bit better, although I've got some flakies here. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, I can still do something with that. Good morning. Wondering if scan and cut would work with this, Karen asked. I heard that it cuts beautifully, so I would give it a go if you are willing to try. I would definitely give it a go. Okay, so that's how many layers we got here? Oh, did I like cut 4 or something? Hold on. Oh, I did. I somehow cut 4. Okay, so that, and then that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, perfect. Look, we've got tons. We can make like a really elaborate flower. Well, I'm just going to give this a moment to get a bit puffed up again because it got a little squashed in my machine. It's got quite a big squashing power. Normally, I would suggest that probably not do more than 2. Unless you've got, yeah. No, I don't think you should do more than 2. That's fine. Okay, so my foam is really, 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 really thin now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some inks. And I'm thinking I'm going to go for yellow and go for like a lilac colour. That's what I'm planning to do. Like a little pale yellow and little lilac-y. The yellow is open, but the lilac isn't. How thick is Foamiran? It is 0.8 millimeters. There's also 0.6, which we're going to have in stock soon. but these are the sizes. But Foamiran, actually, the actual factory says it's anything from 0.6 to 0.8. And looking at sheets, it can be that thickness. Right, as I'm going to be using inks, I'm going to use my matte, and going to use some blending foam as well. Just for now, just for now. See, more my singing comes out again. Okay, so I will take this larger foam and then just put a little bit of ink on it. Da, da, da. And then just colour my petals gently. Excuse me for just 1 second. Sorry about this. I am on my own today and I had a delivery. Yay! If you were wondering what the heck was happening. Okay. Oh, I don't think I'm going to open the door for anyone else today. That was a bit tiring. Okay. So I'm just going to add a little more to my petals. A little more of that ink. Oh, so unfit. Goodness me. That was a quick dash down the stairs. Okay. And I will use the other end just to add a little bit of that yellow in the center of my flower. Oh my God. Need some water now. Here we go. Isn't that pretty already? Da, da, da. Looks like proper flower, doesn't it? So that's number one. Oh, I would, do you know, I always forget. I would suggest that you also colour the backside of it. I would just maybe colour it with your main colour, with the colour of the petals. Okay, isn't that pretty already? That will be quite interesting, this flower. I'm going to do like a multi-layered one, like a really multi-layered one. Okay, now I'm just going to add more of that ink. I hope you can still see me fine. Give us a nudge now and again. As with everything, it's lots of experimenting time. Absolutely. But to summarize what you asked before, yes, you can use punches. Yes, you can. It seems like you can use electronic die cutting machines, like your Silhouette or Scan and Cat and Robo something, Cricut. It seems like you can use those, and it cuts really well. I've saw some videos on YouTube showing that, which is great. And obviously your regular dies, and you can also hand cut your flowers. You don't actually have to have the dies, so that's a bonus as well. And I will show you how to do some of these, like a simple designs that you can just hand cut yourself. Right, that's petal number 2. I will do 2 more of the two medium ones now, and then 2 small ones, and that's where we're gonna start putting them together, and we're gonna have to punch them in the middle as well. Okay, so I'm just going to keep adding my ink to all the petals. Probably going to speed up this process a little bit because you don't want to keep watching this. It's probably a rather boring thing to watch. Okay, love this colour though, and I do quite like the subtle version of the colour you get by colouring with the inks, and obviously if you want a solid version of the colour, you'd use a solid version of the foam, but you can still colour the solid version of the, so like for example purple, you could colour it with other colours just to make it darker in some places and make it more realistic. You could absolutely do that. Quite exciting actually, doing all these things. I have to try my Cricut. Yeah, I've got a Cricut as well. It's actually sitting in my basement at the moment. No, basement. We don't have a basement, garage. Sitting there. I really need to. I've got one of those really, really old ones. So I don't know if it actually still works. It's been in so many houses, so many removals. So I'm just adding that yellow in the center, and I'm just adding it with my pointy edge of the egg foam blender, just going a little bit into the petals. Nothing super elaborate. Now, one thing I would say, if you want to preserve your fingers, you would need to wear gloves when you're going to be scrunching these. All this ink is going to end up on your fingers. So, okay, right, that's done. Just going to put the egg somewhere and then put that down. Love those Hampton Arts inks. Really, really pleased with them. Just going to keep that. Okay. Put my iron on again on wool. I could possibly just use a heat gun, but why don't we just keep doing it with iron? Giving my Cricut away because I stopped using it. Maybe I shouldn't have now. Mine is old too. I have a Cricut and Boss it cut out about everything. Yeah. Just reading your comments whilst my iron is heating up. Okay, so I'm just going to take some tweezers or something, and I will try to keep the iron quite close because it's obviously like sliding away. And okay, so that's one. And then we're going to go through the same process, although this has kind of really made the foam quite thin. So I'm just going to be quite careful, and I'm just going to roll it a bit differently. I'm just going to roll it this way and then squinch it and then roll it in my fingers like that, rather than twist it. So I'm going to try this technique because I saw someone doing this and I was quite interested in that effect. Okay, and then same here. Okay, lovely. Then just fold them gently. Make sure, especially with the thinner sheets, some sheets are just a little bit thinner than the others, then you're just quite careful when you do that. And then, hold on, just going to get my rolling right. Here we go. Just really squinch it, roll it, stretch it, do all those amazing things with your foam, as long as it's not going to tear. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. And I'm going for a completely different look to the previous flowers, so we will see how that's actually going to work out. And just going to roll it. The rolling and squinching, that's where you get the texture through. Rolling and squinching, that's where you get those lovely petal effects. When you put the foam on the iron, does it smell? No, not really. It doesn't actually, which is a bit surprising. It may... Oh, burn myself. Typical. The actual foam has a quite substantial smell. It smells of ammonia to me, because I believe it's made with whatever. It's made with some kind of derivative of ammonia anyway. So it's got this funky plasticky ammonia smell. But when you heat it up, no, it doesn't smell at all actually. Okay, that's that. And the further three, just going to pop that down. Fold it, squinch it, roll it, fold it, squinch it, roll it. Here you go. A motto for Foamiran. For it, squinching, rolling. Okay, just gonna give that a really, really good roll. Okay, 2 more to go, and I promise I shall stop boring you with squinching and rolling. It's part of making the flower, though. Someone did ask, and I think I did answer, but just once again, can you use heat gun? Yes, you can. You just need to keep the flower in place. Yeah, I think with the iron, you just get a little bit more even effect. But that's just my opinion. I'm just making sure I haven't torn anything. It's really weird to do it upside down, heating up those petals. And I just burned myself here. It's okay. Situation normal. Right, I'm going to put the iron to the side. Just making sure it's off. Yeah. And I'm going to keep rolling and squinting. Okay, a heat gun shouldn't... That's just heat. Okay, now I've got all those petals, so now we can take do the same magic that we did with them previously. Just stretch them a little bit. I feel like I could have rolled that a little bit more, so that's what I'm going to do, because this one is not rolled that well. But I also don't want to like damage it. Oh, that's better. Yeah, you really need to roll it, because you want that effect of you know, that petal texture. So I'm just going to stretch the bottoms of it, and then we will layer it. And do that with the other ones. Woo, getting warm again. Oh, okay. Just getting myself a bit more comfortable. I'm kind of hot or cold at the moment, getting hot flashes already. Oh, okay. Right, stretching my petals. Here we go. Now, this is going to be an interesting one, because the die doesn't have a hole in the middle, and I do want to get some stamens through, so that will be a little bit of a battle probably, but we will see how that will go. I think if you had enough of these petals, which are like that, you could really stack them up and make this flower like oh, there's just so many different variants you can make. You can just make it all with those tiny unstretched petals, and I think that would look really good as well. Okay, and my fingers are getting a bit dirty from all the ink. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Just for now, just for now. What can I sing? Give me some ideas. I feel like singing something today. Something, I sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow last time. Funny that. Yay, Crashbox package just arrived. Oh, brilliant. I'm so glad it arrived. Okay, so I'm just going to make a hole in one of those petals, and then actually I can probably just put them all together and then carry on with making the hole. I just don't want to. That's fine. This is going to be rather pretty, I think. Now we will put that one down. Oh, this is just going to be so multi-layered, and I'll put some really nice stamens in it. Oh, this is building up to be absolutely stunning. Oh, pleased with that, because you know, to be fair, you sometimes just really don't know what it's going to end up being. Yeah, that will be that's lovely, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to now adhere it, and I am, you know, please don't judge me. I don't get on with a heat gun, and I try to find ways of not using it. So I am going to be using glue dots, and it also shows you that, you know, you can use whatever supplies you've got. They do work really well, and then you don't have to rush with it either. And you can reposition them if you want to. Although obviously they are pressure sensitive, so when you press it really hard, that's there forever, especially as the foam is fairly fragile. Okay, next, and I also feel that by having this like a glue dot film, oh come on, by having this glue dot, she says, okay, by having this glue dot film, I can then pierce it easier. I'm just going to add this here, and then, oh, perfect. Okay, Oh, this is gorgeous. This is looking beautiful already. I am so excited. Don't you just like when the plant comes together? Excuse me. Do you know I had a cold not so long ago, and yeah, I still feel like I've got some kind of bits of it lingering. So I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just gonna put a little bit. No, I'm gonna put that glue dot, and then just add that and pull it out. Oh, perfect. Love this. It's not very straight, but you know, who cares? I'm just going to adjust it in a little bit. Right, 3 more. This is the smallest part, and I'm going to take this and add the largest of the smallest ones. Add it here. Next, add another one, and then pop that there, and then the last one. Final glue dot on my final flower layer, petal layer. Hold on, I want that one there. Go away. Yeah, that one there. Okay. Now, okay. So I'm just going to manipulate it in place. So I've got my flower like that, and now I want to make a hole, and this is going to be interesting going through all this. Oh, this is not too bad. Make a hole for my stamens, and I do hope that I'll manage to get all them through. It will be very interesting. It will be a little bit of a battle, I'm sure, because it always is, because there are quite a few layers, as you can see, but we will manage. I could just make a little punch in here actually. Oh, isn't that a good idea? Make a little punch. Hold on, I could bring my crocodile. Just making a hole in the middle. Okay, all right, let's try this. What color should we do? Oh, color. I've got some purple ones, so we can do some lovely purple ones. When I use glue dots, I hold the drip the same way you do, but instead of the pokey tool, I press them on the dot and peel it off. I worry that if I just press it, then it will rip the foam. So I try to make it as gentle the process as possible. Okay. I am going to pop that through. I'm really tempted to use my crocodile actually on that little creature here. Should we experiment together? Hold on. If I was more organised, I would know what my crocodile is. I do have tweezers. Someone just asked me about tweezers, so I'm just going to try them. Oh, that's a good point. I do actually have like proper tweezers that I've dedicated to Foamiran. That's a very good point. Thanks, Nikki. Saved a day. I've done these quite a few times by now, but it's always a learning curve with these things. I'm just gonna go take it back. So I'm just gonna try to grab some of those stamens and pull them through, because this is gonna be interesting. Oh, here we go. Okay, and they didn't go through. Oh, hold on, got it. I've got a hole big enough to get a few of the stamens through, and I could also put something on them, but we will get as many as we can. You see, these are the struggles I've got. These are the struggles with my tweezing of the little stamens. I'm going to give up in a second. Sometimes they also come in this form when you actually have them already rolled in the little point, because it's like threading oh, that's a very good idea. Just for now, just for now. Someone just said, use a wire. Genius. And I just saw I had some copper wire. Thanks. Learning something new every day. Brilliant. Thank you. Who was that? Oh, thanks, Amelia. She's a genius. She's a flower making genius. That's all I say. Okay, thank you very much. That's a great idea. I'm going to put some stamens on the wire, as Amelia suggested, and get them through. Now I can put some more through. I've been struggling with that for ages now. Amazing. Okay, so I put some through. And just going to get that even in length. This is a copper wire from one of the boxes, actually. Thanks, Amelia. I appreciate it greatly. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, just going to get that through now. As soon as the glue comes off. Okay. And, oh, finally. Hold on. Nearly there. Nearly there with the struggle. Oh, fantastic. What a brilliant tip that is. Thank you so much. That is great. One of them kind of got a bit funny, but that doesn't matter. Okay. Here we go. And now we'll take it out. Genius. Oh, wasn't that just a little bit of a palaver with this one? This one just is a little bit long, but that's fine. I could have done them a little bit more even. But I've got my flower, and I could probably just get a little center in there as well. I'm thinking I'm going to take one of the centers that are in the kit, which are the little pearly ones, and I'm going to pop that in the middle, just like that, just a little cutesy one. And I will take a glue dot. Simple ideas are the best indeed, and sometimes when you're in the middle of doing it, you just need a little bit of advice. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to pop that in the center and get that little cute center in the middle. Okay, I'd probably eventually adjust some of those, but here is the little flower. Hold on, just going to make it a little more scrunched. It is the little flower I've made. It is fairly cute. Okay, so here we go. Our collection is growing. Ah, top tip for all of us to remember. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, now another thing that I have recently done, and I think I'm going to cut some other flower with. Hold on. I'm just going to probably make it on a fairly large one. So I've got this die by Sizzix. It's a really large die, one of the big dies, and I'm going to do like a really large flower, but I will do it with a twist. So I've done one of those in the past, which I really liked, and I inked the edges really intensely. And I'm going to take my platform out. You need a different sandwich for this if you are familiar with your Sizzix. Oh, I will remember Amelia's advice, Amelia's tip forever, especially as I literally had just copper wire right next to me. What a brilliant one. Okay, so I'm going to take maybe pink foam, I think. I'm going to take a pink foam, cut it to size. This one is quite thin, this one. And then just make my sandwich. I'm hungry. Oh, hold on. No, I want the cutting blade to be on my cutting one. And do it this way. Get through my machine. Okay. Here we go. That should have cut it beautifully. That wasn't a bell or anything. Okay, so that's the large flower, and I've got a leaf as well. But I think I might just do another one. Just maybe another one of those large petals, and another one of the smaller ones. Yep, good idea. That's what I think I'm going to do. Just to get a little bit more dimension to that flower. And I'm going to show you how I decided to make patterned flowers using foam. Oh, someone's baking cake. It's all the talk of sandwiches making you hungry. Yes, it is. I've interviewed someone for my PA today, and I've offered her a job. How exciting. I hope she's going to say yes. So, speaking of sandwiches, so I might just stop being hungry. Okay, so here are the petals I've cut. This is from Sizzix, the die, and it was called Camellia. That's what it was called. So that's what I used. It is really big. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on it. And I'm going to stamp on it using my Memento Tuxedo ink and a stamp from Hero Arts, which is called, I believe it's called Script. It's called French Writing. So I'm going to take some of that ink and ink up my stamp quite well. Okay. And then I will stamp it on my petal, and I'm just going to add a little bit wherever I've missed some. So, oops. So that's one of the petals. Look at that, beautiful. And then I will do that with all the petals. And then make sure that all the bits are stamped. Do the same with the large ones as well. Do it in 2 parts, just so I can have the whole surface stamped. Okay. Excuse me. And then add this one and add this one, and then the tiny one I'm just going to stamp in one go. So I've got all this stamped already. I thought about it before and I thought, well, what could I do to make it a little bit more interesting? I'm just going to take some white. Okay. I'm going to take a wipe and just wipe this, because I don't want this to then make my flowers dirty any further, because that's obviously black. Oh, and eventually I'm going to turn around, because why not? And okay, I've got these two, and then these. Ideally, I should probably stamp it on the other side as well, but you know, you get the drift. So you know what you can do with those. Okay, take my iron back, and that will be interesting because we'll see how that's actually going to fit in. So that's my little iron getting heated up again. Liking them with a text stamp. What a shame. Not big dies, Lynn. I'm just reading a comment. I'm not finding conversation. So I'm going to do all the petals separately. Just probably heat them up separately. And then, oh, here we go. Oh, lovely. Oh, you can't see. I'm sorry about that. But I'm just going to add them separately, just like that. Just heat them up a little bit. And then I will squinch it and turn it. So I will fold that in half again. And then fold these back behind. Oh, hold on. I'm just going to fold it like that. And then fold it in half. And then turn it, twist it, squinch it, round it. just like that, and just give it a really, really good squinch and rounding. Someone told me you can also do that, so we can give it a go, as long as I'm not going to rip this. Okay, so my writing got a bit smudged, why not? Okay, so I'm just going to heat this up a little bit, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, and then just gonna squinch it. Hold on. I should have probably gotten the ink a little bit drier because it's smudging on me at the moment. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I am going to leave that to the side and do maybe a little smaller version. I think I'm just going to heat them up and turn them and roll them like that. Okay, that one, and I'll do the same with the other ones. And I'm gonna have to cut up a little bit more, I think, a little bit more petals, because the other one's smudged and I don't want it smudged. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just touching the petals very gently onto the iron. Okay, get them nice and hot and kind of curled on their own. And I will show you how to make a little lily as well in a second. That will be quite pretty. I've got some red Foamiran, so I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm just going to take a little bit more pink foam and cut one more round. Okay, just got a little bit more foam here, and I'm just going to give this a fold and cut 2 more flowers using that. What stays on be better. I think they're exactly the same inks actually. They're made of, they're like oil-based inks. I just didn't let it dry on this flower because obviously I'm doing this live. When I did on my previous flowers, I let it dry for quite a while, and that worked perfectly fine. I could squinch them and turn them, and that was just great. But obviously when you do it live, you don't have as much time. But yeah, I'm just going to take these 2 and I will stamp them again, and then I think I'm going to have a different type of flower, which is fine because we're all experimenting. Okay, so very much a learning experience. Okay, I'm going to give that a moment to dry and use this one, and then that. Here we go. Perfect. Take my little wipe. Try not to burn myself. That's been known to happen many, many times in my universe. Anna said she might be getting some embossing tools inside. I will keep my eyes open. Oh, thank you. Yes, definitely suggest leaving them to dry. Now, this is the I've got the iron here, so I'm just going to keep curling the actual petal, and I'm just going to give it a good. Oh, here we go. I'm going to let them curl nicely on their own, and then we're going to build it this way with some nice center as well. The iron just went off, but it's back on now. Lovely. And so you can do a different type of, you can either do them, you can either squinch them, or you can remember also that it is in fact plastic, so it will melt when you use heat. So when you do your petals like that, I hope you can see it, it will curl and twist, which is quite cute. Okay, so I've got some different stages of twistage here, and I can put those together. Here we go. That is quite pretty actually. I love that script writing, and some of them are more melted than the others, so they're really curling inwards beautifully. Okay, so that is the flower I've got with my lovely script writing. I'm going just to take a pokey tool and then get, this does have a hole in the middle, so we're just going to assemble it now. And I think I'm just going to use, what colour stamens should we use? Give me an idea. What colour stamens would you like to see? What colour's pink? Maybe pink stamens? Gold ones. Gold stamens. We should get some gold ones. I've got some gold stamens here. Here we go. How about gold with that gorgeous script writing? Is the foam the same thickness, or you can different ones? Yes, there's one, well, the main size is 0.8 millimeters, but you can also get 0.6, and I actually did buy 0.6 and going to get that in soon. It is traveling here already, so there will be different foam thicknesses on our website soon, which is exciting. I am going to take a brilliant hint from Amelia, and I'm going to use a wire again. So I'm just going to make those stamens quite even, and I've got my little copper wire. Just fold it in the middle, just do it fairly even, like a little hook, and then thread that through the flower. What a genius idea, you see. I haven't thought about that. Okay. All right. So let's get our layers of our inked flowers again. So that's one. I'll leave that there. That's now 2 and 3. Get a little pokey tool. Get that little bit that's sticking out, and then align them. And then next one needs that little hole, and put that in the middle and get the little pokey tool there. And then the final one has got here we go, that needed to come out, and putting that one in, taking my little stamens. Oh, what a genius idea that was. Okay, ta-da! Beautiful. Isn't that lovely? So we've got our scripted stamped flower. I would suggest that if you want to scrunch it and squinch it and scrunch it, do let it dry for long enough, because otherwise you're going to get a little bit of a mess. But other than that, we've got this beautiful flower. It almost reminds me of, what do you say, peony? I have to go now, watch the rest and catch up. Bye. Yeah, so we got that one. I'm just reading your comments. The little pretty flower that looks like a peony or something. Really lovely. Love that one. I'm gonna do a project with this one. Oh, cute. Lovely. Okay. What I'm also going to show you, the last one I'm going to show you is a little, how do you call it? It's a little kind of, I mean, to me it looks like a lily a little bit, but it's not really. I've made it before. Again, this doesn't have a hole, so it was a bit of a pain to get things through here. So what I might do, I might just put it together and then just glue the little stamens inside. But I've got the burgundy colour foam, and in fact, and I cut that out before. And let's see how we get on with that one. I might just have to cut a little one, another one more. Gosh, I can't speak. Seriously. Okay, so I've got my iron once again, and I'm just going to give it a good zap with the iron, and I will really keep it for fairly long because I want this to curl. Hold on, quite a lot. Really want the petals to melt a little bit and then curl a little bit more than that, and I should probably just hold it. Okay. All right. My iron just switched off. Here we go. That will bring it back to life because I just really want this to curl, and it's really hard to do this upside down. And here we go. Oh, lovely. This is really, really curly now. Okay. And you can obviously use your tool, your round tool, to then make it even more round and make it keep the shape a little bit more. But I'm after something like that. Can you see me? Hold on, I needed to zoom in again. And I will do that. Just do the same with the second one. Just get that nice and hot on the iron. You see, this is the benefit of using the iron, where you can get all the petals warm to the same kind of, you know, all the areas of the petal can be made nice and warm, and then even the heat is spread really evenly, which is good. I'm doing the last one. I don't know if you can see, it's just sticking on the side there. Here we go. Oh, once again, just really nice and hot. All right, perfect. And then I will just hold this like that and just make a little, oh, crocus. Is that the word? Is that those is that the word? Is that the name of a flower? Crocus? 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 Is that what it is? And then what you do is, I'm going to take a glue dot, and again, you know, if you are adept with your heat gun, by all means use your heat gun, but I'm going to take a glue dot and just place it in the middle and put the second layer of my beautiful flower, and then do the same one with the third one. These are really, really fiddly. Okay, and then put that one and close it up. And what you can do is you can put little stamens inside. I would say that because this one doesn't have a hole in the middle, I would just put the stamens just one by one and just glue them in. In fact, let's do that. She says, as a challenge to herself, I am going to make it work, I promise. Right, I'm just going to take maybe 6 and then cut them a bit shorter. Okay, cut them a little bit shorter, just like that, and then wrap that in the glue dot. Just make sure it's nice and sticky and all around. Perfect, that wasn't too bad. Okay, and then stick that in the very middle of my flower. Whoops! And then get those little stamens poking out, like a cute little things sticking out. Oh, don't go anywhere, it really wants to jump out of my hands. You can do them longer, you can do them shorter. Hold on, can you zoom in? Can you see them? Cute little crocus or whatever the word is. Okay, so let's have a look at our achievements in the last hour. Gosh, I've got a sore throat. Okay, so there are tons and tons of techniques and things you can learn above what I've just shown you. This is some few basics, but I'm quite proud of my stamping technique, which I actually haven't learned from anyone. I've learned it from myself, so it's quite interesting. And I really like those tiny ones, and you can get the stamens really kind of hidden inside, and I would just bunch them up. I would just do tons of them and put them on a card. I love the glue dot wrapping there. Who's a swear cow? Oh. So sorry, just reading your comment. Okay, so yeah, so we got these four that are a good starting point, and as I learn more, I'm going to be showing you more as well. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this little session, and it's just a good starting point to show you what you can do and how you can make your foam flowers, for God's sake. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you all very soon. Thank you. Bye.